family, welcome to day 6 of our Sacred Strength Beginners program. Today we are going to focus on yoga. Start to stretch out our body from this past week that we've had. And in this class, you're gonna start to learn a lot of new movements. Now you're gonna see these movements repeated in our yoga classes and even on our stretching days. And the purpose of this is because I want you to start to build a yoga practice on your own. My goal is after this beginners program that you will feel confident enough to start practicing yoga any day on your own mat by yourself and feel comfortable doing so. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna sit up nice and tall in a cross-legged position. Now, if this is difficult for you, you can grab a block and place it underneath your seat. If you don't have a block, you can bring one foot in front of the other. If this is still difficult for you, you can bring both feet in front of you like this. If this is easy for you, you can bring one foot on top of the leg. And if it's still easy, you can bring the other one up as well. So wherever you are is okay. Let's just sit up nice and tall, nice and long spine, long back of the neck, close our eyes. We're gonna have the palms facing up on the knees. Now our palm position is really important because I'll give you just a few in the beginning. If palms are up, that means that we're wanting to bring in some energy. Maybe we're feeling low in energy, we wanna wake up a little bit. If you're actually feeling really hype in this moment, you have a lot of energy, you can actually do palms facing down. This is gonna ground you, allow you to feel a little bit more centered. And if you're perfect exactly where you are, you can bring thumb and first finger touching. This is just gonna circulate the energy back into the body. So if you feel confident, today we're gonna do palms facing up, shoulders back and down, long back of the neck, eyes closed, and start to breathe long inhales and long exhales. With our breath, we wanna practice something called an ujjayi breath. So this is going to feel almost like there's a whispering on the back of the throat, almost like you're trying to fog a mirror, but with your mouth closed. So it'll sound a little bit more like this. Good, a very audible breath. So let's just do 2 more of those long inhales, long exhales. Good, 1 more. Exhale everything. We can open the eyes. We're gonna bring our hands together. We're gonna interlace the fingers. We're gonna bring our palms up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen nice and tall. And exhale over to your side. Take 1 more big inhale here. Exhale everything, stretch a little bit deeper. And inhaling all the way back up, lengthen even taller. Exhale over to your opposite side. Breathing long inhale, long exhale. And inhaling, coming all the way back up. You're gonna release the hands. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Try to bring your knuckles all the way down to the mat if you can. Open up the chest and look up. Take a big inhale. Exhale everything. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, slowly come back up to center. You're gonna release your hands. Staying in this position, I want you to actually start to walk your hands forward. Stay on those fingertips, and I actually want you to stay on your fingertips and try to drive your wrists forward. If you can even try to bring your forehead to the mat. Wherever you are is perfect. I just want you to start to feel length in the sides of the body. You're just gonna take 2 more deep breaths here, long inhales. And exhale, try to come a little bit deeper. Good, slowly walking yourself back up. This time you're gonna bring your hands to your knees. I want you to pull on the knees as if you're trying to pull your chest forward. So you're gonna pull on the knees, open up the chest and look up. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, keep the arms straight, almost like you're gonna fall backwards. Puff the back out. And inhaling, pull on those knees, open up the chest, look up. Nice open collarbone. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, puff the back out. 1 more like this. Inhale, opening, looking up. And exhaling, tucking the tailbone, chin to chest, stretch everything out. Good. Coming right back up to center. Now we're going to come into a cat-cow. So we're going to come forward onto your mat. Bring the knees directly below the hips, and you're gonna bring your wrists directly below the shoulders, fingers spread. So we're gonna do that same movement that we just did seated. So you're gonna drop the belly, open up the shoulders, look up, take a big inhale. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, puff the back out. Again, inhale, arching the back, looking up, pull the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Beautiful. One more time, inhale, arching the back, looking up. And exhale, tucking the tailbone, puff the back out, chin to chest. Good, come into a flat back. And just for a moment, I want you to take some free movement here. So whatever you feels comfortable for you. You can either push your hips all the way back, move side to side, come a little bit more forward. Just take one more breath here, listening to your body. Good. Now I want you to tuck your toes if they're not tucked already. And from here, we're going to attempt to straighten our legs up into something called a downward dog. Now in your downward dog, again, your palms need to be pressing into the mat, spreading your fingers, gripping the mat with your fingertips. And from here, I just want you to start to pump the heels out one at a time. If you feel like everything is really up into your neck and shoulders, I want you to practice dropping your shoulders away from the ears. And then pressing on your arms, your drishti, your focus point, is actually your belly button. So you're gonna look up towards your belly button. Keep pumping the heels out one at a time. Nice and slow. Just one more breath here. Good. Now you're gonna look between the hands, walk between the hands, and come into a full forward bend. Exhale, drop everything, even drop the top of the head. And you're just gonna sway from side to side here. Shake your head yes and no. Loosen up the arms. Take one more deep breath. You can even shake the knees out a little bit. And on your next inhale, I want you to slightly bend the knees, and we're going to roll ourselves all the way up to standing. So very slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the arms all the way out and up. Lengthen nice and tall. So my hips are pushing forward. I don't want you to arch your back like this here. I actually want you to still tuck that tailbone under and drive nice and long. And then bring your hands into prayer at center. Now we're gonna get into some sun salutations. There are so many options for sun salutations. Today I'm gonna give you two. Depending on where you're at is what you're gonna go with, okay? So with our sun salutations, we're always gonna start at the top of the mat. Your feet have two options for placement. They can either be hips width apart. This is gonna be a little bit more therapeutic, or you're gonna bring your feet all the way together, and this is gonna be more of a classical stance. So wherever you are is great. We're gonna start standing. Bring our hands into prayer, shoulders back and down, tuck your tailbone under. So I want in this position for you to feel your toes spreading, gripping the ground. Again, if you need to spread your fingers to spread your toes, do so. Take a slight bend in the knees and externally rotate the knees. You're gonna tuck your tailbone down, rib cage is gonna come down, your shoulders are gonna come back and down, and your hands in prayer. So start by exhaling everything out completely. And on your inhale, start to move forward with the hips first. Take those arms straight through center, bring them all the way up, lengthen nice and tall. And on your exhale, open up the arms, swan dive into a full forward bend. Exhale, drop the head. And then inhale, you're gonna bring your hands to your shins. You're gonna try to lengthen the spine as much as you can. And exhale, bring your hands down. I want you to step back into a plank position. Now you can come down onto your knees for just a moment, because this is where I'm going to give you two options. Okay, so in a plank position, number one, your fingers are spread and you want those wrists directly below the shoulders. I don't want to plank all the way up here because I'm going to feel that a lot in my neck and shoulders, and it's going to really start to bother me over time. So our strength actually comes from stacking here. So this is the top of your position. Now, one version, you can drop the knees, the chest and the chin all the way down to the mat. And then from here, push forward into a baby cobra. A baby cobra, I don't have any weight on my hands. My shoulders are open. My legs are nice and long. And from here, we'll push into our downward dog. So that's option one. Option two, we step back into our plank. From here, we're gonna do something called a chaturanga. So you're gonna shift the weight forward. The way that I shift the weight forward is by pointing my toes, right? So you see how you can point and flex your feet? I'm not dropping my hips up and down. I'm keeping my hips nice and high. I point my toes until I can't anymore, so I'm very far forward onto my wrists and my fingertips. I open up my chest, squeeze my elbows into the body, and lower down with control. From here, I push forward into an upward dog. And then exhale into my downward dog. So wherever you are is perfect. We're here in that forward bend. Let's continue from there. Step back into your plank. Good. Either knees, chest, or chin to the mat, or come into your chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale, push into your downward dog. Beautiful. Spread those fingers. Fingertips are gripping your mat, driving the shoulders away from the ears, chin almost to your chest. You're going to look up at that belly button. Good. You can shake the heels out a little bit here. Rock the legs side to side. One more breath. Beautiful. Look between the hands, walk between the hands, come into a full forward bend. Exhale, drop the head. And to come up here, you're gonna actually take your arms out into a perfect T. So I don't want them super far back. I want them in a perfect line. You're gonna take your arms up as high as you can take them, and then use this momentum to bring you up. Find the rotation in the shoulders. Lift nice and long, hips come forward. Exhale, hands in prayer. This one we're gonna move a little bit quicker, not too fast, but we're gonna really try to connect the breath to the movement. So stepping to the front of your mat, pick your feet position if you're going to be hips width apart or feet all the way together. Stand up nice and tall, toes spread, knees slightly bent, externally rotated, tailbone tucks, rib cage down, shoulders back and down, hands in prayer. Exhale everything. Inhale, move forward with the hips. Arms come up, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale, swan dive into your full forward bend. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step into your plank. Either lower down knees, chest, and chin, or come into that chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale into your downward dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Spread the fingers, shoulders pull away from the ears. Almost feel like they're relaxing down into the back. Feel your lower belly pulling in and up. And from here, I want you to feel like on your exhales, you're pouring the exhales out of the top of your head. Beautiful. We're trying to pull that energy from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the head. Take 1 more deep breath. Exhale everything. Beautiful. Look between the hands, walk between the hands, come into a full forward bend. Exhale, drop the head. Inhale, take the arms out into that perfect T. Take it all the way up. Rotate in the shoulders, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale, hands in prayer. Let's go right into 1 more. So exhale everything. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, full forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale to your downward dog. 2 more deep breaths here. Good. I want you to take your left foot, bring it slightly a little bit more into center, and I want you to take your right leg and try to reach it up in the air. How high can you take it? Reach, reach, reach. Wherever you are is perfect, but just keep reaching. Keep your shoulders squared towards the ground, and then you're going to bring your right knee into the chest. Lift nice and high, and try to place that foot in between the hands. If you're here, it's okay. We're going to work on getting a little bit higher and higher until we can gently place that right foot in between the hands. But wherever you are, adjust yourself so that you can bring your hips down. You're at your furthest depth here, but where you are, your knee is directly stacked over the ankle. So I don't want to see you like this. Okay, so work that foot forward if you need to, but think that this is always going to be a straight line, parallel, knee over the ankle. Good, fingertips on the ground. This is going to be a little bit more passive. Right now, we don't want to be so active where we're reaching all the way up and back. I just want you to start to feel this posture. If you have blocks, if you need blocks, you can have blocks underneath both hands to support you. I just want you to take 2 more deep breaths here. Think you're driving that left hip forward and up. Now I want you to try to open up the chest a little bit more. Good. And from here, we're gonna start to bring that left hip back. I want to stack my left hip right over my left knee and slowly start to straighten this front leg. Good, flex the foot, open up the chest. And in this position, I don't want you to be leaning backwards into the stretch. I actually want you to move forward into the stretch. And what you're thinking about is you're wanting to square those hips forward. So if your right hip is starting to move forward and your left hip is moving back, I want you to adjust yourself so your right hip is pulling back and your left hip is moving forward. Keep flexing that front foot. We just have 2 more deep breaths here. Every exhale, try to come a little bit deeper into this posture. Good, 1 more. Inhale up, re-bend that front knee. Bring your hands down. We're going to step that right foot back into your plank and push all the way into your downward dog. Take a deep breath here. Step your right foot slightly a little bit more into center. Take your left foot all the way up in the air. Press, reach, wherever you are is perfect. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. And then bring your left knee into your chest. Live nice and tall. Place that left foot in between the hands. Lower down that back knee. And again, wherever you are, heel toe that foot forward until you can get that ankle right under the knee when you're at the depth of this position, meaning you're as low as you can go. And I want you to imagine, again, that this right hip is moving forward and up. Just take 2 more deep breaths here. If you need to be on your fingertips, you can. If you have blocks, again, use them. Take 1 more deep breath. Exhale everything. Try to open the chest a little bit more. And now you're going to slowly start bringing that right hip back to stack right over that right knee. Walk your hands back with you. Adjust this front foot if you need to. We're going to flex that front foot. Bring your hands down. And again, check your hip positioning here. If your left hip is moving forward, try to pull it back. Square your right hip forward and don't move back into this stretch. We're actually going to move forward into this stretch. Opening up the chest. Every exhale, trying to lower down just a little bit more. Long inhale, long exhale. Good, give me 1 more deep breath. Long inhale. Exhale a little lower. Good, slowly walking right back up. You're going to re-bend that front knee. Bring your left hand and your right hand on either side of that front foot, right under your shoulders, and tuck that back toe. Take your left leg straight back into your plank, and then push into your downward dog. Beautiful, guys. You are doing great. Just give me 1 more big inhale, long exhale here. And we're going to come down onto our knees. We're going to sit our hips all the way back, and we're going to come into something called a child's pose. There's also many options of how we're going to do child's pose, and we'll get into them as our classes progress. But for today, we're going to take the knees out kind of wide, almost to the edges of your mat, and you're going to start to lean belly forward first. Walk your hands forward, and I want you to reach towards the front of your mat. You can lower your forehead down, and I want you to just rest here for a couple of deep breaths. Settle yourself, center yourself. Long inhales, long exhales. Imagine your breath is audible. You should be able to hear your breath. Good, walking your hands all the way back up. Let's come back onto all fours. And this time, I want you to take your right hand all the way up into the air. Think that your right hand is stacked over your right shoulder. And then you're trying to get your left shoulder stacked right over your left wrist and stack everything on top of each other so you have a perfectly straight line here. Keep reaching up towards the ceiling, and then you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna thread it right underneath the left arm. Beautiful, keep lowering down. And then you're gonna take your left hand and start to walk your hand forward. Beautiful, keep reaching forward. And now you're gonna try to square your shoulders down towards the mat. Just take 2 more deep breaths here. And now slowly start to walk that left hand back so that the wrist is right under the shoulder, and you're gonna press yourself right back up, unthread that right arm and take it all the way back up in the air. And this time I want you to make it a little bit dramatic. Open up the chest as much as you can and lower the right hand down. We're gonna do the same thing on the left. So take your left arm up in the air. Think left wrist over left shoulder over right shoulder over right wrist. Exactly. Keep reaching up towards the ceiling. Pull that right shoulder in towards the back so that we're getting out of our neck. Big inhale. Exhale, take that left hand, thread it under, come all the way down slowly, and start to reach your right hand forward. Square your shoulders towards the mat. Take 1 more deep breath. And then slowly walk that right hand right back up. Right hand comes right under that right shoulder. Release the left arm, bring it up towards the sky. Make it dramatic, open, open, open. And bring that left hand back down. Let's come back onto our seat. We're actually gonna come all the way to seated this time. So you're gonna bring the bottoms of the feet touching each other. Sit up nice and tall. We did this a few days ago. We don't wanna bring the feet in too tight for this one. We're actually gonna make them more of a diamond shape. And then you're gonna sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, I want you to slowly lean forward with the belly. Beautiful. Wherever you are is perfect. If you can come down pretty low, you can even start to bring your forehead down as well. Just breathe here. If you feel tension in the sides of the legs and the hips, I want you to breathe into that area. One more deep breath. Slowly coming back up. Now we're going to take that left leg and we're going to bring it in. I'll actually show you facing forward so that we're making a triangle here and that my left knee is basically centered with my body. Then I'm going to take my right foot and cross it over. And then I'm going to attempt to bring this ankle in as far as I can take it. Ideally, we are stacking that right knee over the left knee. If you're here, fine. Wherever you are, I just want you to start to lean forward. Good, we're just gonna take 3 deep breaths here. Slowly leaning forward. Every exhale, try to come a little bit more forward. Good, breathing. One more deep breath. Slowly coming back up. Release that right leg, release that left leg, and you're gonna start to just rock your knees side to side. Shake it out a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So this time you're gonna bring your right foot in. Make sure that knee is centered with your chest. Take the left foot over. Again, if you're here, fantastic. If you can pull in a little bit further, great. Ideally, we bring that ankle all the way back. Stack that left knee over the right knee. Open up the chest. Exhale forward. Breathing. try to settle into this posture. One more long inhale. Long exhale. Coming right back up. This time we're just going to release the bottom leg. So that right leg is going to be straight forward. I want you to sit up nice and tall on those sits bones. You're going to keep this left foot and you're going to bring it in just slightly. Sit up nice and tall. And from here, I want you to take your left hand, take it right behind the back, and I want you to feel like basically that you're making a second spine here. This hand pressing into the ground is going to give me length in my spine. And then I'm going to take my right arm up and lengthen even taller. And then start to twist. Ideally, we can bring that elbow to the knee, twisting up. If you can't reach your elbow, you can bring your hand to the knee and twist from there. Wherever you are is okay. Sit up nice and tall. And feel that every exhale, you're squeezing that belly in and twisting a little bit deeper. Again, imagine that you're twisting up, not that you're twisting back and down, but that you're actually twisting up towards the sky. Feeling space in the vertebrae. Take one more deep breath. Take that right arm up in the air. Release. Left hand comes up. Release it down. You can start to twist over, bring your chest to the ground just for a moment on the opposite side, and coming right back up. For our counter stretch, release the left leg, and I want you to shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So sitting up nice and tall, keep that left leg straight, take the right foot, cross it over. Take your right hand behind you. Again, make that second spine. Take the left hand up in the air, lengthen nice and tall, and then begin to twist elbow to knee and lift up, twist up. Every exhale, squeezing that belly in. This is an amazing detox posture. What you want to imagine is almost like you're wringing out a washcloth, but you're doing that with all of your internal organs. So every time you inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the belly in, try to twist a little bit deeper. Just 2 more breaths here. One more. Release the left arm up, cross it over, follow it with the right, bring that chest down, and raise yourself right back up. Release the leg, shake it out. Beautiful. We're going to come into a full forward fold, sitting up nice and tall, lengthen the back of the neck. You have multiple options here. You can either start with bringing the hands directly behind the thighs. This is fine. Nice and tall. Start to lean forward, bringing the belly forward first, keeping that chest open. If you can go a little bit forward, you can bring your hands down to the shins. If you want to take it even deeper, you can start to bring your hands all the way to your toes. But the thing is here, if this causes you to arch your back, I'd rather you stay here or stay here. Why? Because the second we start to arch our back, we're actually starting to strain the back. But the goal here is actually to do 2 things, to strengthen the back and to stretch the back of the legs. So we have to keep that back engaged, that chest open, and move forward with a flat back. So here we're feeling strength in the upper body, but again, we're stretching those back of the legs. So wherever you are is perfect. I just want you to have good form. So give me 3 more deep breaths here. Every inhale, lengthen that spine a little bit more, and every exhale, start to lower down a little bit deeper. Beautiful. 2 more. Big inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Long inhale. Long exhale. Good. Roll yourself back up. Now we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So roll yourself all the way down. Release one leg and then the other. We're going to have our palms facing up. And from here, I want you to bring one knee into the chest and then your other knee into the chest. And I want you to rock from side to side. Give the lower back a nice little back massage. Squeeze your knees into the chest. Release the left leg down. Keep the right knee in towards the chest. Squeeze it in a little bit tighter. And now I want you to take your right knee in towards your armpit and squeeze it in. Breathe. Long inhale, long exhale, a little bit tighter. Bring it back to center. And now I just want you to grab either the back of the hamstring or the back of the calf. Straighten up the leg as much as you can and start to bring it in towards the head. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Good. Rebend the right knee, squeeze it in. And release it all the way down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So bring that left knee into the chest. Squeeze it in. Now start to bring that left knee in towards the left armpit. Breathing long inhales to keep practicing that Ujjayi breath. Bringing it back to center. Take the hands, interlace the fingers either behind the thigh, behind the calf, but wherever you are, start to straighten up that left leg. Breathe. One more deep breath. Rebend that left knee, beautiful, squeeze it in. And release it to the mat. Good, shake out the legs a little bit. We're gonna come into a Savasana, resting and relaxing. So the legs are nice and long, the toes are hanging out to the side. Adjust your shoulders, adjust yourself so you're nice and comfortable here. You're gonna have your palms facing up, eyes closed. And we're going to try to relax the entire body. This is really important for our practice because what we want to do is start to make a mental connection with the rest of the body. So we're gonna start with our toes and work our way all the way to the top of the head, sending a mental message to each part of the body to fully relax. Finding any points of tension in the body. Releasing it down into the ground. Feeling space within the body. Finding space between the thoughts. Doing nothing at all. Just relaxing. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly start deepening the breath. Slowly move your fingers and your toes. Your wrists and your ankles. When you're ready, slowly taking the arms overhead, lengthening tall, feeling the space between the hips and the ribs expand. Then slowly bringing the knees into the chest, hugging the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for showing up here on the mat today, for taking care of yourself. And when you're ready, we'll roll onto the left side of the body. Relax there for a moment. And then you can use your right arm to slowly lift yourself Back up to seated where we began. Cross leg, palms up, thumb and first finger touching this time, eyes closed. Exhale everything out completely. Slowly begin inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Inhale fully. Exhale everything. Return the breath to normal. Bring the hands behind the back. Grab one wrist. Slowly lower yourself down. This is called the yogi seal. So we're sealing in all the energy from our practice. Inhaling up. Let's bring our hands to prayer. Exhale everything out completely. We'll close the class with 1 Om, so inhaling fully. Exhaling fully. Big inhale to Om. May the rest of our week be filled with light, love, peace, joy, and open hearts. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. I am really looking forward to tomorrow, day 7 of our Sacred Strength program. I will see you there.